Okay, we're moving on to our circle portion of this geometry unit. Your learning target, you are going to calculate and apply the circumference of circles formula. That's what you're going to be able to do. Circumference is distance around a circle. It's around, it's not inside. Inside is always area. So if I have a circle, circumference is what's outside the circle. It's like the rays of a sun or the mane of a lion. Circumference. Around. The formula, circumference is 2 times pi times radius. Or, if you're given diameter, pi times diameter. That's just the formulas. Pi is related to circles. Pi is a very advanced number, irrational number, that goes on for infinity, and it's actually a ratio of a circle's circumference to the diameter. You don't need to prove that. That's more way upper level math. But if you're like, what the heck is pi? It's just this popular, irrational number that's used in very advanced math, and it's a ratio, meaning a fraction, of a circle's circumference to its diameter. Meaning any circle in the whole entire world, if you created a fraction of their circumference to diameter, it will always equal pi, which goes on for infinity. That's all that means. You don't need to really apply that. You just need to know circles has pi in it. Make sure you write it. Okay, parts of a circle. Radius is half a circle. So radius is half, well not half a circle, half a segment that goes through the center, assuming this is centered. Diameter is a full segment that goes all the way across a circle, but it must go through the center. So radius goes through the center, diameter goes through the center. Chord does not have to go through the center. A chord is just a segment that connects two sides of a circle and doesn't have to go through the center. So you got radius and diameter, which you need to know the most. So radius is half of a segment that goes through the center. Isn't it kind of like a spokes of a bike? Like where your tires are, there's a center to your tire, and then do the spokes go all the way or part? Yeah. So your spokes on a tire are just radiuses of your tire, okay? Diameter is all the way across. And I'm just going to erase that so it doesn't look confusing on the notes. So radius, halfway, diameter, full. Going through the center of the circle. Why is this not writing? I do want you to know that the diameter is really 2 radiuses. So the diameter is 2 radiuses, or radius is half of the diameter. Do you see where that comes from? Okay, so if I had 2 of these radiuses, it would go all the way through the circle, which is the diameter. If I was given the diameter and I just wanted the radius, you just take half of the diameter. Okay? All right, so let's just apply it. That's our target today. You can apply the circumference formula or calculate. So here's the formula. 2 times pi times radius, or pi times diameter. And you just choose which one are you going to use. I'm going to tell you, maybe to the side, at this point where you're at, I want you to use 3.14 for pi. That's an estimated rounded version of pi, 3.14. So this first circle, I'm given what? Is this the diameter or radius? Diameter. So I'm going to use this formula. So it's going to be pi times diameter, or you can just write 4 pi.
That's the answer.
Well, I got to use 3.14, which is 4 times 3.14. 12.56 inches. Okay. Find the circumference of circle number 2 if it has, is this radius or diameter?
Radius.
It goes all the way across.
Radius.
Diameter goes all the way across. So since it goes all the way across, it's diameter, so I'm going to use the pi times diameter. So 6.2 times pi, 6.2 times 3.14,
Would you round it to the 10th?
I would, yeah, 19.5?
What? I got 38.
19.5
You put pi in.
centimeters. Okay. Next one. Again, all I'm doing is applying the formula and using 3.14 for pi. 7.5. Is this a radius or diameter? Radius. So I'm going to use this formula. 2 times pi times the radius. So 2 times the radius times pi. 15 times pi. 15 times 3.14. 47.1. So,
Can't you just do 30.14 so we can use the pi?
next learning target is actually applying the circumference formula. That means being able to know what that formula is and work backwards to find missing dimensions. So finding diameter, radius, given circumference. I make this look really hard and it's really not. I'm going to give you the easy way after I show you the technical way to do it. First, plug what you know into the formula. Okay, that's the first thing we do. The second thing we do, use 3.14 for pi, and then we will solve. Okay? Now, you can choose to either just watch me here or actually write it. This is the foundational way. This is pure algebra, what I'm doing here. There's an easier way if you would rather not use the algebra way. So I'm going to find radius if the circumference of the circle is 15.7. So since I'm looking for radius, I'm going to use this formula, 2 pi r. Circumference is 15.7. Do you know what I did there?
Yeah.
I plugged in what I knew. Formula, formula. Pi, pi. That's what I did. Do you know what I did there?
No.
I multiplied. 2 times 3.14 is 6.28. And now, how do I get rid of this? This means times. How do you get rid of times?
Divide.
Divide. So I'm going to divide by 6.28. And r is equal to something. 15.7 divided by 6.28, 2.5 centimeters. So that's algebra, which you need to be masters for next year anyways. But if you're not into algebra, you can just say, okay, I'm given my circumference. I just have to work backwards. So notice that circumference means you times. To work backwards means you divide. So in my calculator, what I would be pushing is 15.7 divided by 2 divided by 3.14, and I would have my 2.5. That's what I would be doing. because you're timesing to work backwards, you divide. So I just divided one at a time. So if this does not make you happy, you can just plug into your calc. Yep.
I thought we already did that on the first stage.
No, this is working backwards. This is given the circumference. The first page, we had to find the circumference difference. Okay, let's do another one. This one's easier, should really be the first one we do. If the circumference of the circle is 56.5, what is the diameter? So, since I'm looking for diameter, I'm going to use the formula pi times diameter. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to do my algebra way again. Again, you don't have to. I'll explain how to do it without. So 56.5 is equal to 3.14 times my diameter. Formula is just right here. Pi and pi, diameter, diameter. And this says circumference is that. That's where all of that is coming from. And then how do you get rid of times? Divide. So diameter is going to equal 56.5 divided by 3.14, which is approximately 18. Okay? Now, you didn't know. Oh, I know what you did. You divided by 2 again. Nope, because I only use this formula. You only divide by 2 if you used this formula. Okay? So, if I didn't want to use beautiful algebra, I could use the other way. And I could say, okay, I'm given my circumference. I'm looking for diameter. So this is timesing by pi. To find the missing, you would divide. So just in my calculator, I'd go 56.5 divided by 3.14 is approximately 18. 17.99, rounded up to 18.